Hey everybody, welcome to the newest, the latest, and the greatest edition of Rider Club Radio. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
I'm Max.
And I'm Tomas. And I don't even think that's in alphabetical order, but no one's counting.
No,
I don't know why we ended up in that order, actually.
It's in order of coolness, from coolest to leastest coolest.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Oh, that's so nice that you think Jeff is cool.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're just going to ignore the fact that I just dunked Tomas really hard there?
No, I let you dunk me.
Yep.
Max looks on the bright side of life, alright?
It's a good outlook.
This week, month, year, however long it takes to make this, we are going to be talking about Kamen Rider Build episodes 26, 27, 28, and 29, which have been roller coaster.
Didn't we already do 26?
Yeah, we didn't do 26 last time. No, this month is 26. Don't worry if it was a long time ago, because I'm going to recap it for you like I do every month. So
okay.
Yeah.
So why don't we go straight into that? Liam, what happened on this show we supposedly watched?
Okay. So, in this show that I definitely watched...
Wait, are we supposed to watch something?
Winking.
Oh, no.
So if you remember at the end of last episode, at the end of 25, Sento is like squeezing Mitan's throat. He's got her up against the wall because he's all Black Hazard and he's angry, and the bracelet reacts and one of his eyes turns into a rabbit, so both of his eyes are rabbits, and he snaps out of it. This is the episode where he kind of snaps out of it, and he says, "Oh my god, what have I been doing? Shit, what happens now?" But by the time he kind of gains his composure, he realizes that what's his name? Gentoku?
Yeah, Rogue.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Rogue.
Gentoku
Gentoku has snatched the box and then run off with Pandora's box. And it's a real box. It's not a hologram or a fake or anything like that. Every time he gets the box, usually there's some shit going on. He actually gets away with it, all the way back to Sato. So they've got the box, and even though they have the box, Sato says, "Hey, I remember that time that you had a proxy match with Hokuto, and you won, and they didn't honor the results at all. You want to do that again?" And the Toto Prime Minister says, yes, absolutely, we'll do it. It's 3 matches this time. So Sento is going to participate, our boy Banjo is going to participate, and Kazumin is going to participate. Good old Grease. Kazumin. And they're all going to have a little best of 3 battle this time, and it's going to take place in an actual place where the suit actors can move, and not a little tiny platform in the sky.
It's going to be on the warehouse on the outside of town.
That was definitely a high school gymnasium.
Oh yeah, totally.
There was a bit. I'll get to that later. So they're going to hold the thing. Grease and Banjo meet up at the sort of little grave for the 3 color trio that all died for emotional effect, and they say, "Hey, let's beat the shit out of each other to train, because the harder we fight, the higher our power level goes, the higher our hazard level goes. So let's just punch the crap out of each other to train." And they do it, and they have a little bonding moment. And while they're bonding, they realize that Banjo's bottle has been bugged. Apparently, you can just pop the bottom of these fuckers right off because they are literal plastic, I guess. And it's got a little bug in it. And he's like, "Oh shit, Sawa bugged it. I mean, who could possibly bug this? Who would do this?"
Anyone.
It could be anyone, really.
It could have been me.
It could have been me in my sleep. It could have been you. It could have been Sento. So they're like, "Oh no, it's been bugged. Shit." So that's feeding into the massive quote-unquote mystery as to who the traitor is. Mm-hmm. I'd like to say, real quick, we fucking called it on Sawa being the traitor again.
Yep.
It was so obvious.
It's too obvious.
Not only was it so obvious that was going to happen, but everyone in the show becomes like completely mentally blanked fucking idiots.
Yes.
Because no one even brings up that she could have been the traitor this whole time.
Sawa is lucky that she's so attractive, or else they would never let her get away with this shit multiple times.
I was really hoping it would be someone else, just because it was that predictable. So I was coming up with better reasons for other people to be the culprit instead of Sawa, and any of those things probably would have been better than just, it's the same person again.
Yeah, could have come up with a reason for Grease to do it, or Banjo or something, make it interesting.
How are you ever gonna trust this dumb bitch again?
No,
as long as you live.
She means it this time, Jeff. She means it for real that she wants to be friends.
For really real.
For really real. Last time was a lie, but this time is for real. I swear.
Fool me 3 times.
Shame on the writers. Right. Getting back to that, the proxy battle begins, and Build completes a new upgrade that looks like a big stick. And Grease fights first, and since he's the tertiary and he needs a little glory moment, he beats Engine Bros. And Engine Bros, while they're talking about the Nanba children, and it shows a little flashback of all the Nanba children, and it pans over, and Sawa is just there, like a little younger Sawa. They show
like a little chime too. It's like, ooh,
there she is. So that's your big reveal. They treat it later on like it's a big reveal that she's the traitor, but that's the sort of like it's very obviously her in the crowd of Nanba children in 26. Grease beats the shit out of Engine Bros, and when we find out that Sawa was a Nanba child, it's showed that she steals the data for the new big stick upgrade, the rabbit data, and is like she's got an old USB stick. And Banjo comes out, and he's like, all right, I'll fight now. I'll finish this shit. Sento, you got your big stick upgrade. You're not going to have to use it, because I'm here, the Jelly Dragon Man, and I'm going to just finish this shit round 2. And they're like, oh, by the way, you have to fight this super strong actual guy. It's the same guy, but he's got like a form that's both Funky Boys together.
It's the Heck Bros.
Like, why is it him?
For a child audience.
Why is he...
The Heck Bros.
Like, why is he the one that gets to be Heck Bros?
I don't know.
The other guy never gets to be him either. They don't trade off or anything.
It's because the other guy's weird looking. That's why.
I guess. Are housewives gonna love Heck Brothers if we make it the other guy?
I think that that narrative has been lost in Build. I'm not sure they're playing to that audience much. We don't have a guy from.
How often does Dragon Jelly take his shirt off? He's in the opening with his shirt off.
Yeah, you got a point there.
He's the hot one. I feel like the Funky Boys have been like stapled on characters from the start.
Oh, for sure.
From their inception, and not a lot of thought has gone into them. It's a shame.
They're just people to fight, I guess, that aren't smashes.
Overall, this arc has just kind of been a retreading of the last arc, except it's a little bit different, because they probably just couldn't come up with anything else, and they're like,
it's a little bit dumber.
Yeah.
I've got some spicy opinions this time that are probably going to get me
I can tell.
shit on.
That's okay, I do too, Jeff, but Max already has a good retort.
I already pooped today, so...
What?
You're in luck.
Yeah, the theme this month is repetition from the last war with Hokuto. I feel like even starting with episode 26, they're like, let's do another proxy battle, and the Funky Boys are still here, and there's still a traitor, and it's really obvious who it is. It's Sawa again. I don't know. It's getting a little tired. I like Build, and I like these episodes. I just feel like it's so weird that they would just do a proxy battle again, both
just
from
to
like
reuse it so soon.
From like a narrative standpoint. Why would they reuse that plot point so soon? And like in universe, why the fuck would they agree to this again when it didn't go well the first time?
The only way this would make any reasonable sense is if like there was a bunch of time in between them. Like if this was the final arc of the show, and it's like and they're calling back to when they did that thing before. It's literally just like, okay, so you got done doing that, now do it again.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and Hokuto mom, whatever her name is, just planned on invading anyway. Like,
yeah, they saw it didn't work the first time. They knew what was going to happen, but they still act shocked.
Yeah.
But that's later. I like that Grease gets a good fight. Ryder tends to... Yeah, anybody who's not the main rider tends to get sidelined a lot. So this is a nice little excuse to, like, here's this new addition to the team. Let's give him a cool, triumphant moment where he gets to be a good guy and win a big fight. So I like that, I guess. That's cool. I love Grease.
Yeah, that was cool. It was also really cool that they do this sort of like stage play direction type of thing, where Grease is fighting this guy, and he's giving this speech, and the camera sort of pans over, and his face actor is standing there in a spotlight.
Yeah.
And says his piece like a monologue in a play, and then it goes back to it like pans back to the fight. I thought that was interesting visually.
Yeah.
I think it was a really, really intelligent way to approach, like, having a conversation in the middle of battle without stopping the action, to just have these people in suits that are supposed to be fighting just talking to each other. I agree, like, completely. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It's
Three
better
of the fights.
It's better than doing that Orphanok bullshit.
God, yes.
You don't want to see a shirtless white shadow on the wall of them naked. What I always think about...
Why are they naked, though?
Because it's their essence, Jeff. They have to be in the nude.
They were
in
wearing
their
clothes when they
purest form.
transformed?
You were wearing clothes when I beat you up.
Really? When did this happen? I wasn't wearing clothes, and you know
Yeah,
it.
it's true. Yeah, it was
Oh.
way more sexual than I let
Oh.
on. I always think, whenever I see something like that in Rider, like you just talked about, Jeff, I always think about when Spider-Man came out, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And everyone said, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's just weird when it's a scene between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin because they're both wearing masks and they can't emote with their face. So it's really cool to see when the writers pick up on that and they're trying to like, oh, how can we do this so that they can have like a sort of debate and have a sort of, characters bouncing off each other in a fight while still wearing their masks. And this is a really clever little artful solution, I think.
Better
It's
than
really
the
interesting.
Iron Man, cutaway face thing, and you just see him inside the helmet talking.
Oh,
Show your face.
There's also some helmet cam in these group of episodes.
I like helmet cam.
I love helmet cam.
I
I'm,
love
I'm
the
glad the
Nolan's
Iron Man
helmet
one
cam.
did that for us.
Helmet cam is cool, but the camera, sometimes helmet cam has the camera like way too close to the face, which is how it should be, right? Because there's not much room in the helmet. But you just see like straight up their nostril holes and into their brain or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
need to
sitting
see
there
that.
counting Date Akira's nose hairs.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But the fight is pretty well done. As much as I can complain all day about the retreading, the fight is well done.
Yeah, the fight's good, and seeing Banjo like get so up his own ass about how he's gonna win when you know he's gonna lose is actually hilarious from a meta standpoint.
Both because he's the secondary rider, so he has to job, but also because they can't finish it in the second round because that wouldn't be climactic. So it's 100%.
Exactly.
You're just waiting to see how he gets his ass beat.
Yeah, it's the style of job that keeps you on the edge of your seat.
My absolute favorite moment in this episode, though, is when Heck Brothers comes out, and he's like, I'm so powerful, look at my form, and Sento looks at him through a window and goes, oh my god, it's Bye Kaiser, and the music's like, dun dun.
I have that in
and
my
I'm,
notes.
The
I'm like, who the
Kaiser
fuck is
system.
that?
By Kaiser.
And then it shows
like-
a clip from the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I guess that's the guy from the movie, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
They're pushing these past few seasons to try and incorporate the movie more into the show. My favorite is when in X-Aid when what the fuck was the guy's name? Emu.
Emu, yeah.
When I was a kid, I was operated on by this doctor who he talks about like Dr. Pac-Man, but he doesn't say he's Pac-Man. It's fucked up.
Because saying the words Dr. Pac-Man just makes you laugh.
Yeah. I was
How
operated
great
on.
would that be, though, if like someone who wasn't in the movie heard him say Dr. Pac-Man and went, wait, what?
I'm sorry?
Like the arcade character?
Like, even the Dr. Pac-Man's visuals are hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
in
they
the movie,
are.
he's like walking slowly towards the camera, and it's just like, really?
That mask.
It's like
Fucking guy in a
super dramatic.
Pac-Man mask.
He has like a rubber angry Pac-Man mask on, and it's like super dramatic music as he's walking forward.
It's comedic gold.
Speaking of comedic gold, this episode ends. The ending shot of this episode is one of my favorite parts, where Banjo walks out and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick some dick. It's gonna be great." And he's like, "Yeah." The announcer's like, "Second round, fucking Kamen Rider crosses versus Heck Bros," and he's like, "What is that?" and he sees it transforming, and he's like, "What the fuck? Come on! Like, this is horse shit." When the episode ends, you gotta be kidding me! Fuck this.
That is a great ending.
Yeah, good episode. Good episode. I liked it.
The fight scene was great. The proxy battle being reused is not so great.
Yeah,
but
it
made a good fight scene.
The reasoning is weak, but the execution is good.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's a good summary. Yeah. Are we ready?
So let's move on.
Yeah.
To the next episode.
So, Banjo is fighting Bros, and he's winning. Heck Bros. Sorry, I forgot.
Don't use that type of language on this podcast.
I'll beep it out in post. Don't worry.
Christian podcast.
I really hope you do actually beep that.
Oh, just you wait, motherfucker. So he's fighting Heck Bros, and Heck Bros, he's gonna win. Like it's more even than you think. He's about to win, and Heck Bros is like, dude, if you beat me, they'll kill my brother. They got him locked in a room, and they're just gonna shoot his brains out if you beat me. And Banjo's like, really? Are you really for real? And he's like, yeah, I swear I'm not lying. If you kill me, if you beat me, they'll kill him. And Banjo's like, shit. So he can't fight properly, and he lets him win. And afterwards, both of the Funky Boys come out, and they're like, what a loser. He actually believed my lie. And Banjo says, fucking
idiot.
God damn it. I swear I lost on purpose. I didn't lose. I wasn't trying, I swear.
They do literally come out and point and laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even a joke.
The funniest part is the other brother comes out, and Banjo doesn't get it right away. It doesn't click. He's like, wait, I thought you said he was kidnapped. What the? Did he escape? The guy's like, no, you fucking moron. I was lying. Anyways, so it was a big lie, and Banjo throws the fight because it was a big lie. And Sento is up next, and Sawa, meanwhile, in the big room. She's in the big room with the old people. All the old guys are hanging out who are evil. The
that
Nanba
room
Heavy
they always
Industries.
have whenever tournaments are going on that have all the old people in them.
Yeah, it's the box seats.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Nanba Heavy Industries president. They got Sato president guy.
And they got a bottle of wine that they say is grape juice in the dub. Yep.
They got Utsumi.
Utsumi
hanging out.
Everyone's favorite character.
Yeah. Does he look a bit like Makoto from Ghost with glasses? Am I crazy?
He reminds me of someone, and I can't put my finger on it.
It's Makoto from Ghost.
I didn't watch Ghost.
I mean, maybe.
Oh,
was
you
that
lucky
one of
bastard.
the shrine guys?
No, Makoto was Kamen Rider Spectre.
Oh,
Yeah. The Shrine guys are cool.
yeah, Makoto with glasses. I guess so. It's the hair.
It's the hair, really. Yeah.
It probably is the hair.
Same hairdo.
That and they're both like stick people.
You mean everybody in Kamen Rider?
You mean
So-
just
They make a
Japan?
joke about that.
Heyo.
They make a joke about that in the show.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Banjo's talking about how buff he is. And he's like, have you even eaten a meal?
It's true. Like Banjo, he's cut, but he's so like slim. He's so thin.
yeah.
He's wiry.
He's a little boy.
He's like a steel coil. He came to life.
He's sinewy.
It's probably so he can stay in his weight class.
Ultra featherweight.
Glacier Joe.
So Sawa's hanging out in the old man box seats room, and she gives over a little USB. She says, "Look, here's Build's new upgrade, Rabbit. It's got all the data on here. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but you just upload it into Kamen Rider Rogue, and he'll just know everything. He'll know all the moves that are coming at him, and he'll be able to block them with low-level bottles. It'll be really cool.
Some countermeasures.
Countermeasures, the Rabbit countermeasures.
Yeah, they're not explained at all. And I guess they don't need to be.
Well, it's kind of like how Bloodstalk always knew how to... Bloodstark, because Bloodstalk is stupid. Always knew how to counter whatever Sento was doing. Because he knew all the bottles that he had.
Yeah. I
yeah.
guess, like, really this teaches us that Sento may seem like he's really good at being Build, but he's actually super shit, since he's in a really high-powered form that gets punked by Gorilla Diamond.
Well, he's also, spoilers, jobbing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
I've
revealed
got
that he's
things to
jobbing
say
later.
about that when we get to that.
Yes,
but-
oh my god, when we get to that episode. Okay,
Let's hear
so
about that.
Sento goes in, he turns into his brand new form, Rabbit, and nobody suspects that there might also be a tank form to go along with it. Everyone's like, this must just be it, rabbit. Why would Tank ever come into this equation? And he kicks Gentoku's shit in. Once again, they have an argument over the nature of how to stop a war and shit, and why Gentoku is such an asshole. He beats Gentoku so bad that he flies out of the arena and lands in a pile of like rocks and stuff. And then they're like, alright, it's time, Gentoku, activate the countermeasures. And he steps up and is about to do his counterattack, and that's the end of the episode. So what I want to ask you guys really quick is the burning question. Every time they reveal a new form, what do you think of Rabbit now that we've seen it in motion as John Toei intended? What do you think?
I love it.
You love it?
I think it looks great.
I liked it a lot too, I must say.
I only
looks like a proper upgrade.
That it does. I can only say I don't love it because Hazard is so good, and it's just, it's more stuff slapped on top of Hazard, and I love Hazard. It looks great because it's so simple. But I still really like this because it retains a lot of its simplicity while also being like a neat cast-on upgrade. He has all his parts hovering in the air, and he slams himself into them and puts them on. Like an actual robot bunny comes in from off-screen somewhere.
Yeah,
and makes stupid noises.
He Mega Man Rush equips it all on.
Yeah. I think that animation
power
is...
upgrade.
Yeah, I wonder how many times they're actually going to do that full animation where he jumps into the air and gets each individual piece on him.
I don't know.
How soon before they start just skipping that or creating a really abridged, simple version so they don't have to do the effect every time?
Episode 30.
Yeah,
it'll be pretty quick.
Soon.
I like the look of this form a lot. I especially like the two bunny ears being the scarf.
Yeah.
Back like a V3 scarf.
It's really nifty.
I think that's really cool. It's a little bulky, I guess. That's my only drawback for a speed form. It's a little bulky. I do like Tank better.
Really?
I also like Tank better.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like Rabbit more.
Same.
Hey, even split.
Civil War. Okay. I gotta say I agree with everybody but Jeff and Max. I agree with Tamaz. I like Rabbit a lot. I really like the yellow accents on the edge of the visor. I think that looks really cool and sort of, it makes it a little more visually interesting instead of just a big red blob like it might end up if this was a shittily designed suit.
Which it's not.
It's
a good suit.
I do agree with you, Jeff. It's a little bulky though for a form that's supposed to be all about speed, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah,
and
it's a good suit.
Like you said before, this episode has a really neat way of having Sento and Gentoku debate while they fight.
Yeah, they had the spotlight scenes again where they're arguing and...
Yeah.
This episode gets I guess after having an episode directly before this where that happens, and it wasn't a huge portion of the fight before, it only happens a couple times. But during this fight, they cut away to them talking for ever. Sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm you might be overusing this a little bit.
I feel like if they didn't do that, though, it would be boring. The fights would be a lot more boring if it was just a fight with no dialogue.
Well, yeah, they gotta have dialogue. I mean, cutting away to them, Sento standing by himself in the spotlight. They did that, a lot during the battle.
Yeah,
I feel like this fight was just as much about a clash of ideals as much as it was a clash between the countries, so I think it worked.
They do a very good job putting that, pushing that idea.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much arguing over the ideals of Katsuragi.
Yeah. For certain, it has its place, but, even during the previous fight with Grease and not Heck Brothers, with Engine Gear...
Yeah.
They had portions of the fight where they're talking in their suit as well, in between, because action's happening, too. They didn't really do that all that much in this episode. They would just cut away and have Sento standing there for 4 or 5 minutes straight talking with flashbacks.
Yeah,
it's a little much.
It's a little much. I agree.
Yeah,
I liked it, but
I love that that dynamic of the like play monologue style that they're doing it in.
It makes the fights less like cut and dry, I guess.
It's not just a slugfest where you have to wait until somebody pulls out their new form.
Yeah, it's kind of a product of like the Japanese acting method being a little more theatrical than what we're used to over here in the West.
Well, it comes across in a lot of their media. You know, you tend to be a lot more wordy.
It's a joke with anime, right? Where they're jumping towards each other for like 35 seconds talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just the way the media there gets across ideas. They're explained outwardly.
Which is why there's so much dialogue in video games that come over from overseas that
they
just talk way too fucking much. And you're like, oh my god, I got it.
Golden Sun.
Yeah, I was going to say Golden Sun. It's like a goddamn encyclopedia.
Golden Sun is like a game that like you press start and the game actually starts like 2 hours later. It's the longest intro.
I mean, it's not only a book, but it's a book you can only read 3 lines at a time.
Yeah,
with
God.
squeaky voices.
And you can't turn them off.
Great game. 9 out of 10.
I still like that game a lot.
Yeah. I love Golden Sun, but man, oh man.
Hot opinions, I don't like Golden Sun.
Whoa!
Oh, no!
You're off the cast.
Swirly time.
If that's that's what it takes.
Get out of here.
Different opinion? Get the fuck out of here.
Don't
Says the
allow
person
those
that
here.
even has a boxed copy of Golden Sun that he bought for some reason.
You have a boxed copy of Golden Sun?
Yeah, it has a map too.
Damn, I
Oh my
gave mine
God.
away when I was young. Just handed it to a friend of mine.
Anyway,
What fools we all were. This episode's mostly just a fight scene, and there's a lot of retread in this episode of the previous back and forth between Sento and Gentoku.
Yeah, about Sento being like, dude, I'm not fucking Katsuragi anymore.
Yeah. He almost relearns that lesson. Like, they cut back to him learning that lesson from Banjo.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I learned again.
I forgot.
Oh, right, that was the thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's, I don't know. I feel like the fight scene in the previous episode was a lot more successful.
Also, I think I just like watching Grease fight a lot more than most of the other characters. He's more... How do I put it? I don't know. He swings harder.
He's angry.
He's
angry as fuck, and he has a real reason to be angry.
He's just a bash master.
He's fucking pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, you lied to me, so I'm angry, or oh, you took advantage of me, so I'm angry. It's you killed my fucking friends, so I'm angry.
Yeah.
It's a lot more visceral, his fights.
Yeah.
A little personal.
Unfortunately, it comes from a place of where you only feel like one of his friends died in an impactful way, and the other 2 were just killed off to drive the stake in a little farther.
Only Blue had a good death. The others were a bit cheap and quick comparatively. They set the bar so high with Blue.
Yeah, Yellow died, and I was like, okay, well, I guess the other one's going to die too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you know right away. There should have only been one guy. If you're just going to do that, just have one guy.
They all should have died at once.
That's what I was thinking, but then I was thinking about what that would mean, and that would mean that Sento had to kill all 3 of them. Yeah.
Now he would never be Kamen Rider again after that shit.
Yeah,
He
that's
would
a
never
bit
be able
too
drag him
much
back
to put
in.
on his shoulders.
Yeah, they could have had like what's his face, Bloodstalk kill him. He could have popped out and been like, I'm gonna take advantage, blah blah blah, here's my gun.
I like that Sento kills them though. Kills one of them accidentally.
That's exactly how he sounds. Good impression.
That was a good impression, yeah.
Bah, bah, bah.
I studied that one.
No, if Sento killed all 3 of them, it would be like Kamen Rider Build on this episode, part 4 of his therapy.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready for episode 28?
Yes.
I think
Okay.
so.
So
Moving at a
fucking
good clip.
Rogue activates the countermeasures, and he starts winning using just the diamond bottle. He's like, "Oh shit! Here's the super secret data. Block the attacks with this one bottle."
Don't
yeah,
get
the super
hit.
secret data is diamond.
Try to hit him and do not get hit yourself. Go. And,
What an expert tactic.
It's a pro strat.
This past couple episodes, Sawa has been calling Grease Kazumin, and she's like, I need you to do a favor for me. Go and do this dangerous mission, but it's not revealed what exactly it is. So she steps out now, and she's like, yeah, I gave the data to Sato. And they're like, how could you betray us again, Sawa? You weren't really good all along. And she was like, yeah, I was evil. Fuck you. And then Kazumin calls and says, yo, I saved... It turns out Nabashima's family's been kidnapped, but I saved them. We're good. And, so Sawa...
Remember that important character?
Remember Nabashima? We couldn't get him back, but he's supposedly kidnapped here. We couldn't get the actor, though.
Yeah, wasn't President Nanba all like, don't try anything funny, young lady, or else I'm gonna kill these people. Remember these people that you liked, I guess? I don't know.
The most personal, best
character. Therein lies my problem with these episodes.
So she's like, I'm sorry, I was evil because they were going to kill Nabashima's family. They kidnapped his family and they were going to kill him, but it's good. They're released now. So do it, Sento. She does a weird symbol over her head, and Sento
she does the okay thing, like the O.
Is that a Japan thing?
It's a Japan thing. You know, like they do the X arms too for no.
Yeah, I get you. So she does the O, and Sento says, all right, time to stop jobbing. And he goes tank. He absolutely destructifies Rogue easily, because the trick was like, oh, okay, Sawa reveals to Bill, she says, oh, I'm a Nanba child, and I've been leaking information to Sato this whole time, and I know I've already done this exact same confession before, but this time, I means it 100%. I'm good this time, for real.
She means
I means it. And Bill says, okay.
Believe me.
Sento says, I have no reason not to believe you. So... To keep your cover, send them the data for Rabbit, but don't send them the data for Tank. So I'll pull that out at the last minute, and we'll just kick everyone's ass. So that's the trick. That's the trick they pull.
I found it kind of surprising that Sento could just develop Tank alongside Rabbit, and just be like, oh yeah, by the way, while you were helping me with that, I built this other one too.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's a super genius. Think about it.
Is this the first upgrade that he built 100% by himself without looking on the USB stick?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he did Sparkling by himself.
Was Sparkling? I thought. Oh yeah. No,
yeah.
It was from that
Sparkling
bottle.
was by himself.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So he builds it behind. He builds the fucking tank. He turns tank. He kicks Rogue's ass. Everyone says, "Oh shit! I guess the proxy battle's over. Sato loses. I guess that means Sato will have to withdraw, and Toto will win." And the Sato president says, "Fuck that." Nanba Heavy Industries guy says, "Fuck that. We're gonna do our own thing."
That's not what happens.
Well, fucking Bloodstock just kills the Sato president.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nanba Man becomes the Sato president and says, "Resume the invasion. We have these super cool new robots. We're gonna fucking kill everybody in Toto." And that's it. Nobody realizes that the Nanba president is actually now the Sato president. The Sato president is dead. I guess they just hid his body in a locker or something.
And then he stares at the camera and eats a fish cake.
He just turned into purple little speckles and floated away.
Oh yeah, they blow him away. I forgot. Yeah. They disintegrate him like they always do.
But he can't have any dead bodies.
He stared at the camera and ate a fish cake because they established that he really likes those fish cakes, which is just like cakes. They take out the foreshadowing hammer and they just hit you over the head with it and be like, "Hey, so someone's going to find out that this is actually the president of Nanba Heavy Industries, and it's going to be because he's eating these fish cakes."
I don't. That might be just a visual thing for the audience, for little kids, just to remind the little kids. That might
I don't think the little kids would pick up on that.
I think it's a bit of acting.
Could be
stuff like it's now I'm playing this character because the actor started like changing his voice too when he started playing him. It was just a little bit of like acting rigmarole.
It's a bit more gravelly and he moves differently too. You can kind of tell.
He moves like an old man. He's got his cane.
Jeff, I really want to hear what you've been holding in for this episode.
So this is a children's television series. Sure. I'm well aware of that. Yes. I want to preface this.
100%.
Our heroes risk the lives of every man, woman, and child in the country of Japan in order to save Nabashima's family. All it would have taken is if Rogue would have stopped running his mouth and used his actual finishing attack at any point on Rabbit, and he would have won at any point during that entire fight.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, it was stupid enough that he didn't use his finisher at any point to kill Sento during the fight before that. But anyway, ridiculous enough. They're like, no, we have to save Nabashima's family because we know him.
Yep,
he's important.
You gotta have some stakes, man.
The stakes are that everyone is gonna die.
Yeah.
In this war,
but you can't
unless they win this.
all of Japan's people on one screen.
No.
So you can't care about them.
I don't care about Nabashima.
Out of sight, out of mind.
The thing is, like, Nabashima as a character he doesn't have like a personal connection.
Nabashima isn't a character.
He could be anybody.
He is a plot device.
He could have done a video call, but like, I just grabbed this random family and I'll murder them.
But they make a specific point next episode too. Like, we started this war, so we can't just save people that are close to us. And I'm like, you risked everyone's lives in the last episode.
What
are
was
you
the
shitting
entire
me?
last episode about? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a kid's show. There was never going to be a point where Rogue stops monologuing enough to kill our hero. I get that.
Yeah.
But in the universe, they risk everything. The safety of every man, woman, and child in Toto and Hokuto is thrown to the wind so that they can save everyone's favorite guy, Nabashima, and his family.
You know what my favorite part is about this whole episode, though, and the whole Nabashima thing? Is they couldn't fucking get Nabashima back. So,
it was just his kid.
There's a scene where fucking Grease, he's holding Nabashima's little baby daughter, little toddler daughter, whatever. And he's like, yo, I did it. I saved Nabashima's family. And the writers are like, we have to somehow communicate that Nabashima's here, too. So the daughter looks off the camera and yells, Daddy! And then it cuts away, like, that's the end of it. I just think it was a really funny little trick. Like, oh, shit, the actor was busy with another project or something.
They just didn't want to pay him.
They get to a certain point in the story, right? And they're like, all right, we said there's a traitor, right? So it's Sawa, right? Okay.
Like last time.
How do we keep her in the cast? Like, what do? We have to figure out a way for her to be doing this for the right reasons this time. What do we got? What other characters are in this show? Nabashima?
Everyone else is dead.
Pretty much.
Here's what you do. Alright, here's what you do. Sawa comes forward and says, yeah, I gave the data over, fuck you. And then there's no Nabashima's family, and she's just evil for the rest of the show.
Yeah, sure.
They already did that
fine.
once. Like,
yeah.
they did that with Bloodstark. It's
Just have her come forward and say, yeah, look, that was a trick. I'm not going to try and pull that a second time. I'll just be evil from now on.
Yeah. And again, like, I don't consider myself to be the type of guy who turns on friends very easily. But, I mean, if you sell me and my entire country out twice, I'm probably not going to trust you ever again.
I don't know about this.
It's a little rough.
Like, fool me once, shame on you, you know?
Like, what was the first time they caught her? What was her, like, oh, being with you all made me realize how friendly you are. And then the second time they caught her, she was like,
it was
oh,
family.
being with
all
you
I
all.
wanted was family.
You were just like family to me.
And she says the same thing.
It's a good trick, and they keep falling for it.
I liked when...
At a certain point, our heroes aren't friendly and caring. They're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
When they were, like, working on the upgrade together, Sawa and Sento... Sento was like, so I like looked up your last name and shit, and I didn't see your father, or I didn't see your father's name, and like this, it was like a group of scientists or something.
Yeah,
the scientists who died.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, my last name's actually my mom's name, and he's like, oh, okay,
I believe you. I have no reason not to believe you.
Like, he's pretty aware that she's full of shit, but I don't know. She's just hot, so he's like, you could stay.
Yeah.
You
I
can
don't
stay
know
and
his
keep betraying
justification
me.
for just keeping that secret. Like, if you know that she's working to betray you and, sell out your entire country, you're just going to be like, I don't want to pick a fight today.
You have to believe in your friends, Tamaz.
Here's
your friend,
only if
your
they
friends
give you a
who
reason
turned
to
traitor.
believe them.
Your friends who turned traitor on you once before. You gotta believe in them.
The only thing that really comes up that makes me think, like, maybe they could have done this, and there's probably still some holes, is if it had something to do with Sawa's family instead of Nabeshima. Like, I kept thinking they were going to say, like, oh yeah, actually, her dad is alive, and they have him captive, and that's how they've had control over her all this time, and, if she doesn't follow their orders, then they're going to kill her family. And so it turns out that Greece is actually saving her family, and then, there's still the moral gray area of working against the people that trust you in order to save your family, and, you're still betraying people. But at least it holds more water than Nabeshima.
Yeah.
Anything would hold more water than fucking
The whole
Nabeshima.
Namba children thing in general is kind of
An
creepy.
asshole?
Yeah.
It's
It
whack.
isn't. It's weird. It's whack. It's an asshole.
like-
It's all of the above.
How fucked up is this company?
Yeah.
It's like if someone came to you tomorrow, Jeff. If I came to you tomorrow and was like, dude, I have like insider info. Fucking DARPA, the weapons manufacturer, has been kidnapping children from birth and creating super soldiers. They're brainwashing them. Like, it's just
Don't
ridiculous.
be silly.
I guess am I fucked up for saying that's ridiculous in a Kamen Rider show
No.
about superheroes? Like, it just seems a little crazy.
It's a little far-fetched.
Well,
I mean, for
far-fetched.
modern Kamen Rider. Not for, like...
here's the
not for, like,
Well, Shocker would
Showa.
do that shit in a
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
They would
yeah.
do that shit in an instant. But
Yeah.
Here's where my problem lies. I think there's a simplification here that I can make of my problem.
go for it.
This show sets up huge stakes, like where millions of people's lives hang in the balance because they set up this war, this series of wars, and it's revealed in the next episode. Spoilers for 10 minutes from now, but if you get all the Pandora's box pieces together, it obliterates the planet Earth. Very huge stakes,
Very big stakes.
but they're.
Yeah.
But they're still operating on this, like, small-scale Kamen Rider story thing. Like, we have to save our friend!
Yeah.
And it just, there's this disconnect where, like, there's this war going on, and they're supposed to be putting all their efforts towards that, but they still keep doing entirely selfish, personal things.
Yeah, I think I remember Banjo saying, like, he only wants to help the people that he trusts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
they
mean, that's a
address...
character thing.
If they
but-
address all of those character flaws and misgivings and stupidity later on, then it'll be, at least they did something with it. But if they just ignore it and go on business as usual, it's kind of stupid. Like, your characters have to be smarter than that sometimes.
Yeah, like I'm liking Build. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I have a specific problem with the scale.
It's just big picture stuff. That's really it.
Compared to problems with like Ghost, these are nitpicks.
Yes,
These are just-
this is mostly well written, great characters, very interesting storyline.
I would call this show overall great so far.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
there's some things wrong with these recent episodes for sure.
Yeah.
So let's move on
So
to the
let's
final
move on.
episode.
After that nice lull, let's
That'll
move
be
on.
our transition. So, episode 29. Sato has not honored their promise. Who would have thought? They fuck up Toto. They send all these brand new, like, weird robots that are bulkier and thus stronger to Toto to murder a bunch of people.
And of course,
And
they
they
gotta
also-
put the hard prefix on it.
Yeah, they're hard guardians, hardians, if you will.
Guardians.
And
Hardy Hardians.
they complete one panel of the box and they put the box back on, and it starts to build a circle in the middle of the 3 points where the skywall intersect, which they reveal is Pandora's Tower, which looks kind of
There
like...
are millions dead.
Oh yeah, it's
How
brutal.
many 9/11s is this?
There's so many 9/11s.
At least 20 9/11s, and
Crazy
It's-
amount. Yep.
many people die, and a big tower is built in the middle, and it's revealed that this is the Tower of Pandora. And once they get all the panels full of bottles and back onto the box, the Tower of Pandora will be built, and Earth will In my notes, I wrote Earth will meet the same fate as Mars, because I'm not 100% certain it's just going to be exploding the entire world and killing everybody on it. It might be something different.
There is a video of like the world exploding
What?
on Mars.
What if...
Also, there is no life on Mars now.
What if it's something else? What if everyone on Mars got teleported to heaven or something, and that light was the teleporter that took them to heaven?
Well, all right, Bloodstalk. Maybe you're right. Maybe we'll all go to heaven.
Maybe
if
let's
you
just
finish
open
the Pandora's box
and see what happens. Yeah.
That's why he's trying so hard to complete it. He just wants everybody to be happy, but he knows they won't believe him if they tell him, so he has to be a villain.
Hold on, if you drink this Kool-Aid, you'll have everlasting life, so come on.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal, huh? So they build
Maybe Bloodstalk is just an evil Martian.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
He
seems to know a lot about all this shit.
What if...
Maybe Bloodstalk wasn't a secret asshole all along. Maybe he was a secret great dude.
What if Soichi died on Mars?
Grape or
yeah,
grape?
Delicious grape dude.
It was
What
Michi.
if Soichi used his power on himself? And he
What
was
if
actually
Soichi-
not Soichi?
Yeah, what if Soichi died on Mars and an alien took his place?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's
Maybe.
got weird Mars powers.
That's probably what it really
some
happened.
species bullshit.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways,
I always said ever since that power showed up in the show, now I can never trust what anyone's face is, and anyone could be anybody, so...
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Throws a real monkey
Well, that's the
wrench
thing, is it
in the
like it
entire
makes
plot.
every bit of speculation about this show into, alright, who has whose face?
As long as they have a similar body type, they can be each other.
You don't even have to have a similar body type. The old man turns into the young guy.
That's true. That's true.
But he's still an old man, so it's only an appearance.
Is it just his face? Does he still have an old... Like, is he just trying to
No,
stand
like,
up
his
straighter?
entire body's, like, appearance has changed, but his physicality and, like, the age of his body has not.
He's still a crusty old man, just looks young.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So the tower is built, and the Todo Prime Minister is talking to Sento and being like, "Yeah, they're just gonna fucking steamroll us anyways." And Sento goes, "They can't do that. They lost the proxy battle." And the Todo Prime Minister goes, "No, actually, nobody saw that proxy battle but us, so they're just lying about the results in the news. And apparently they got to the media before we did, so everybody believes them." So
They're
we're
just
fucked.
getting like
That
a whole
works.
bunch of phone calls from people, I guess.
Why don't you just let the guys murder you? You lost the proxy battle. They're getting so many complaints from the public.
You guys are so unfair. Just let them kill you. God.
Just
Jeez,
present
I've already
your families to
surrendered.
them.
Why don't you?
I'm already in the Sato death camps. Why don't you come here with me? You fucking cheaters.
Where's your fucking
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
So Sato is steamrolling Toto, and everything's fucked up. And Grease says, "I can't sit around for this any longer. I have to go to Hokuto. If nothing's gonna stop, I have to go to Hokuto and help my friends." And Sento's like, "You can't do that. We got to stay here and defend Toto, where the real action is. And we can't just throw away things and risk things just to help our personal friends or even people we don't even know very well. That's ridiculous, Grease." But Grease runs off anyway, and Banjo goes to stop him. And even Mitan makes a video stream to try and stop him as her Mitan persona. But it doesn't work. He's still going, and Banjo catches up with him. And when he's about to stop him, fucking Stalk and a bunch of Guardians arrive. And they're like, "Haha, we found you in the road on the way to Hokuto, where we knew you'd be. We were just walking
We
down
found
the
you
street.
in the road."
Where you always hang out, just on the road." And they have a big fucking fight. And fucking everybody shows up. Sento arrives, Mitan arrives, and there's a big Toku fight, big Kamen Rider fight. And just when things are about to reach ahead and the good guys might win, I think it was Engine Bros grabs a hold of Mitan, one of the funky boys, and he says, "I'll kill her. I swears on my mum, I'll kill her if you make another move.
I swear to heck.
I swear to heck."
Oh yeah, because one of the guys was Heck Bros, and so he was just in the bushes, like waiting, because like he can't transform.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll do something
That was
with this
actually-
time.
That was actually absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
When like he gives him the Heck Bros power, and then he runs over and like
Hides in the
hunkers in the
bushes.
grass.
You go
Even
that
without
way.
the
I'll
suit,
go
he's still
home.
like a trained martial artist guy. At least do something.
He's trained enough to grab Metan, I guess.
At least don't hide in the bushes.
Hey, should I get a gun or something if I can't transform? Nah, you're good.
Just hide in the bushes.
Just hide in
It
the
works
bushes.
for
It's
everyone else
comfy.
that can't transform during a fight. It's just like, oh, run, Kamen Rider, go fight for me. I'm going to stand behind this pillar and watch.
So he grabs Metan and he's like, I swear I'll shoot her or something. I'll do something with her. I'll kill her. And fucking, she becomes the Queen of Mars. It turns
Yeah,
out
her eyes turn green again, and she like knocks him away, like very comedically.
in a hilarious cartoon way, yeah. And she says, "I'm Vernage, the Queen of Mars." Firstly, before we start, I'd like to say that Vernage sounds like a paper towel brand or something. It sounds like some kind of household cleaner.
Vernage.
Vernage, like a surface cleaner.
That sounds like a tampon.
Oh, yeah, you got me beat there.
I want to point out that I want to point out at the beginning of the scene, there's obviously a very lazy rig attached to the side of a GoPro that has a fake hand holding the like drill bit end on it.
Yeah, I remember that shot.
And they just keep hitting people with it with the GoPro, which I thought was very funny.
It's cinematography, Jeff. You wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't get it.
They spent money on that GoPro. God dang it, they gotta use it.
This episode does a lot to undermine every villain's credibility except Bloodstalk, which, I mean, he does a lot, but this one specifically, because old Nanba Heavy Industries man has been seen thus far as being a step ahead of everybody. Like, he's the man with the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's a super good villain. But then he reveals that the reason he's doing everything, he's like, we're going to get all the pieces of Pandora's box and we're going to reassemble it because we're strong. We're going to show everybody how strong we are.
I think his
He wants,
plan
like,
is
the
to sell
energy
weapons
inside or something.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that, though.
Yeah,
he says, we're going to take over Japan and then we're going to
Take over the
put
world.
together... We're going to put together Pandora's box to show everybody how powerful we are. But I don't trust you, Bloodstalk. And he's like... and then a little bit later in the episode, he's like, yeah, if you put all the pieces together, Earth blows the fuck up. So, Nanba Heavy Industries man has no idea what happens when you put Pandora's box back together at all.
Either that or he has very little foresight. He's like, yeah, after the world explodes, everyone will see how tough we are. We're strong enough to blow up the world. Then they'll buy our weapons. It's a perfect plan.
It just undermines Nanba Heavy Industries as this, like, really clandestine, evil, smart organization that their leader is, like, a giant fucking moron that just wants to be real strong.
Yeah.
Well, it's been clear for a while that all the villains are stupid dumb faces except for Stock, who is just manipulating all of them.
Bloodstock is a secret genius, and nobody believes it.
I kind of read into that as the reason they're all stupid is because none of them are good at being evil. It's that the box manipulated them into being evil and having this singular goal because the box has a mind of its own and is controlling them in some manner, or at least changed the minds of those in the vicinity of the area when, like,
Yes, that's
Soichi
true.
touched the box.
But was Nanba Heavy Industry man there?
I would
I don't think
so.
so.
I don't
think
know,
he's just an
'cause
asshole.
I don't remember him being there.
He's just a dick.
Maybe we have to
I
do
think
some
he's just
research.
a fucking idiot.
I don't actually
just a
remember
natural
if he
dick.
was there. If he was there, then that would explain some of it, and if not, then so much for my theory.
Yeah, I don't think he was there because he's also been raising children for like 12 years or something.
Many children.
To be weapons.
Well,
so
he was
I think
already
he's
a
just
massive fucking evil dude. It just, you know.
Yeah, I think he's just a dumb, evil asshole.
Here's
Just
the
wants his
thing
company
about
to be the best company ever.
here's the thing about Bloodstock. Okay, Bloodstock allies himself with Hokuto Mom. And they go a ways, and then Bloodstock says, okay, fuck you, I don't need you anymore. He tosses her aside like a piece of trash. Leaves her to the wolves. Bloodstock allies himself with Toto Prime Minister. After, some time he says, okay, fuck you, I don't need you anymore. He kills him. Nanba Heavy Industry says, well, this Bloodstock guy, I should ally myself with him. I'm sure everything will go great.
Well, Liam, he says, I don't trust you.
Yeah, he straight up says, I don't trust you.
Okay,
Even
what are you
though
going
he
to do if he corners you in a room, you fucking idiot?
He says, I don't trust you, but he does let him do whatever he wants with no supervision whatsoever.
Like, I don't trust you at all, but I'm going to let you be alone with me, transformed, in this room where I don't have a gun or anything. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're gonna die.
none of the villains are very smart except Bloodstalk.
Yeah. He's like the manipulative emperor, and everyone else is his stupid, dumb pawns.
I don't know what Gentoku's, like, end game is, really. Like, he wanted to be the ruler of Toto.
Hey.
But if he just waited until his old ass dad died, he probably would have been the next in line.
Well, it is a prime minister. He'd have to be voted, wouldn't he?
I don't know. Apparently, if the prime minister gets sick, then his assistant gets to be the prime minister. So
I think he's
That's
just
true.
a broken man now.
yeah, he is,
Got
which is
greasy
very
hair.
interesting.
He
Yeah.
threw away his pride. And now he's just a
wonder-
broken man.
I wonder where he's going to go, because he's been beat now, again, to show how cool tank form is.
Yes.
What are they going to do with him next? This is the interesting part.
Maybe he'll go back to Stalk and just be like, yo, give me a job.
I'm sure you won't betray and kill me, right?
I think that
I
would
don't
be a fitting end to his arc as a character. Is just doing whatever he can to get more powerful, and then Stalk just abuses him too.
Mm.
You know what might happen
What?
is that Stalk and Nanba Heavy Industries might actually gain control of Japan, and it might be like a rebellion type scenario
I could see that.
where Gentoku has to ends up half working with the heroes because they both want to take down Stalk.
Because none of them wants the world that they live on to be blown up.
Yes,
I'd say that's a
that
good
would be
uniting-
good motivation.
Yeah.
I feel like if Nanba Man doesn't understand that the world's going to blow up, if he learns that, then I would understand if, like, all the different regions of Japan, if Toto, Sato, and Hokuto all had to come together and defeat Bloodstock to prevent him from opening Pandora's box, because then they all realize, oh my god, he's going to blow up the fucking planet.
He's not going to realize until it's all put together, and then he's going to be like, "Oh no, I've been played," and get killed.
You told me that when the box came together, it would create the perfect commercial for Nanba Heavy Industries. What the fuck is this?
And not only is he going to get killed then, but the Gear Brothers, the Engine Brothers or whatever, are going to be like, "No, Papa," and then they're going to get killed.
Yeah.
Yay!
I've
Yay.
been counting the days since they appeared to when they're gonna die like chumps.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
The day is coming.
They're
The
gonna fall
pathetic
off a building
non-characters.
soon.
writing
They're
is on the
fucked.
wall.
Did you guys know? I know Jeff saw this, I think, on the Twitter, but the Nanba Heavy Industries guy is fucking Titan from Stronger.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had no
too.
idea.
Huh.
Was that a Don Piantis thing?
I think it was Don Piantis.
Is he the one who told
I'm
us?
so sorry if it wasn't Don Piantis who told us, but someone told us on Twitter that it was Thousand Eye Titan.
It was so fucking long ago now. I don't think I'll ever be able to find it.
Yeah, I will never forget that though. That's crazy. I didn't
But
recognize
once
him
you
at all.
once you know that, you can see it.
Yeah, it's obvious once you look at it, but like you never would think of it if you hadn't seen it.
Maybe
He looks
he's
like-
still Titan.
He's still
That would be
Titan.
fucking amazing.
That would be the best twist.
Titan is very spoilers is very fucking dead though. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
How did he die? I don't remember. Was it the super screw kick that killed him, I think?
Yes,
It was the
he got
Inazuma.
murderized in the desert.
Yeah, it was the stronger Inazuma kick or something. Yeah. That was funny. He'll come back with even more
That was
eyes.
funny.
And he'll be even stronger.
He'll have
Even stronger
a
than stronger?
billion eyes,
He'll
or
be...
it was strongest. Sorry, everybody.
You're off the podcast as well. It's just me and Max now.
Oh God, thank you.
Sweet release.
Finally.
I have a bit of news this week that I'd like to
Ooh,
share.
Bringing out the news.
Oh
News, huh?
shit, y'all! News.
So, two national holidays fell on the same weekend this year, April Fool's Day and Easter. And unfortunately, we couldn't release an episode on April Fool's Day because we were all busy with Easter shit. At least I was. I don't know, you guys, yeah.
I was working.
Yeah, I was busy with Easter shit.
Yeah. But over April Fool's Day, something funny happened. Toei put out a Kamen Rider Amazon's Twitter tweet. It was like an image. It's an image of like Amazon Alpha and Omega, and they're like hanging out in a field of flowers, and it's all sunny, and it's to promote the upcoming movie. And like, here's the tagline for the upcoming movie: "Protect peace for the sake of good kids. Chastise and judge evil. Haruka and Jin's best friend combination will face off against the strongest enemy. Forget all about the past conflict and fight hand in hand. Reborn as a heartwarming work. The movie is released May 19th with a little star at the end."
Oh, best friends forever.
That's cute.
They repackaged the movie. I was like, oh, it's like they're gonna team up and be best pals.
It was Don Piantas who told us.
Oh,
about
okay.
that, by the way.
Jeff's detective work is completed.
Yes.
Don
Good job.
Piantas is a little detective himself.
Don Piantas was a detective, and that he linked us to an article where a detective found out about this.
That's some hardcore detective work.
It's turtles all the way down.
There was also a fake Kamen Rider X8 thing where they were going to make a movie called Kamen Rider Genms, The Presidents, about like different presidents of Genmu Corporation.
Oh my god.
Never materialized.
Thank God.
Just
I
a
don't
joke.
wanna see that.
I don't know. I'm kind of done. But like, I saw X8 and I'm like, okay, that was good. Sure. Moving on.
X8's cool, but there were a lot of extra materials for it.
Is it bad that I don't really want to see the characters anymore from X8?
No.
There's so much spin-off material from it. You've been seeing them. You haven't been able to not see them.
There are so many like HBVs and fucking DVD presentos.
Yeah, you know who I miss? The cast of Drive.
Yep.
That's who I miss.
Why did they have so much staying power? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not. Maybe because they didn't flesh out the characters enough in their own show. Hey-oh.
Heyo.
Oh shit, y'all!
Yep.
Oh,
Is that all the news you got, or you got more?
no, that's it. I just wanted to talk about April Fool's stuff.
I bet nobody brought any trivia questions this time, did they?
Trivia what?
No, I didn't.
I didn't bring any either. So it doesn't matter.
So
I did bring some emails though.
Okay, empty the email bag.
Oh, Max has got something.
I just
What?
have a question.
Okay,
Sure.
You know, in the previous or in the episode that we watched, what was the 29 or whatever?
29
Yes,
was the last
29.
one.
In the beginning, where everything was going to fuck, it was like doing the ode to joy.
Yeah.
Do you think that song is overused?
Yes.
Yes. 1000%.
Yeah.
I actually rolled my eyes when that started.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, really? Ode to joy?
Come on, everybody. You can do better than this.
What that always reminds me of is like a trailer for a kid's comedy movie, live action. And it's like people getting pies in the face and stuff
for
to that
sure,
song,
yeah.
or like adults
Like,
tripping over tennis balls.
People
and
keep
shit.
people keep getting hit in the crotch over and over while it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah, the most outrageous comedy of the summer.
Starring Rob Schneider.
I figured someone would say Rob Schneider.
It has to be.
It can't be anyone but Rob Schneider.
It has to be. Actually, I have another question. Did anybody watch any more Lupin Ranger?
No, I didn't.
I haven't even started Lupin Ranger yet.
I didn't watch any more either.
I didn't start it either.
Our friend Graham sent me a Steam message yesterday asking which team I liked more, and I was just like, dude, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. There's like those preview images, right, that Overtime shows when you're going to go to download the episode. It has like a preview image.
Mm-hmm.
And like every one of them is Patron Red yelling, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch that.
So
I just can't bring myself to get into it. I don't know.
So is it bland? Like, what's your opinion on the show? I'm curious because I haven't seen it.
I've only watched 3 episodes.
Okay.
So, in 3 episodes, it already got kind of repetitive.
I mean, I can't judge a show too much on 3 episodes, but I mean, I don't really watch Sentai anyway, so
I have enough trouble getting myself, like, I like Build a lot, but for some reason, like, getting my ass to stop doing, like, playing a video game or working on art or something and just download an episode and go sit and watch it is enough of trouble for me. I live a very difficult life.
Yeah,
Must
like
be
every Sunday when I see the episodes come out, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll watch it, and then I have to go do something else after I watch it.
Yep.
Or I just don't want to sit at my computer any longer.
Mm-hmm.
What sad lives we all lead.
where you can only watch one thing at a time.
It's so tragic.
All right, guys.
We're getting older.
People were nice enough to us to send us some emails.
Woo!
Yeah.
So why don't we read them?
Sent us emails. We don't want to read that stuff. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Tamaz will not participate in the email portion.
No,
He'll sit with his arms crossed, facing away for the entire segment.
my face just has a harumph look on it. My frown is just taking over my face.
Our first email is from Hickory Ham Adam.
What?
What?
That is what he signed his email as.
I like
Hickory
it.
Ham Adam.
Is this a
like
strong
it.
bad email?
He's
got
Hickory.
He's
gum
very
fruit.
delicious. You sound delicious, Adam. I'm just gonna say it.
Ooh.
Hey, buckaroos. It is the once friend of the show, now turned pork salesman, Adam.
Okay.
I have 3 questions for y'all today. 1 for everyone, and 2 for the damn Canuck.
Okay.
That's kind of offensive.
Will these be Canadian-related questions, or?
Yes, they
Okay.
are Canadian-related
Is
questions.
it about
Okay.
Canadian bacon being circles?
I don't have an answer for that one.
You have
No
that written
comment.
down in your notebook, like
Right.
the answer
Let me-
for all
let
the
me
basic
mark one of these
Canadian
out.
questions.
Okay, so question number 1. Whom is the cutest grill or man, I don't judge, in any toku, and if you don't say Patore Sango, Patron 3, I will find all 4 of you guys and rip your nuts off because you obviously aren't allowed to breed.
Whoa.
Actually, I have a question about Patranger Lupin Ranger before I answer this.
Sure.
Is Patron 3 played by the same actress that played Yui Kanzaki from Ryuki?
No.
Then
that
she's
was
definitely not the cutest
That was like
girl.
15 years ago.
Yeah, then
Oh,
there's no
okay.
way she can be the cutest girl, I guess. So, I guess you're fucked up if you think that.
I have
So
a
basic.
very soft place in my heart for May from Jew Ranger because I've met her in person.
You did? Oh, yeah, that convention.
I remember
She is
seeing
still
a video.
a cutie. She is still a super cutie.
That's funny.
Kamen Rider does this thing. Medic, by the way, is the correct answer. But
Ooh.
Kamen Rider does this thing where the character on the the girls come into the show and they're like, "All right, put like the worst lighting you can on them, and put like terrible fucking makeup. All right, they look ugly. Put them on the show."
Done.
And then they go to their modeling careers afterwards, and they're like 10 out of 10 knockout beautiful women.
Yeah.
I guess it's like we don't want the housewives to feel like they got competition for the boys. So
There is a not attractive lady in Agito though. You know the weird glasses girl that looked like she got stung by a bee.
Yeah, the one who hides in the apartment all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. She plays video.
what are
games.
your choices, everybody? Because mine is probably medic.
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 Kanzaki Yui?
Jesus.
This is a good
all of
choice.
Toku?
Yeah, this is all of Toku.
Is this grills or boys or
Grills or boys.
Or
Bjoy.
Male grills.
Yeah, male grills.
I think out of Agito, I actually liked Sawa more, like, as a character.
You mean
Because...
Ozawa?
Ozawa, yes.
Ozawa, yeah.
I like
She's
Ozawa
like
more
2
as a
feet
character.
tall, though.
I mean, she seems like the kind of person that'll fight for herself and just, like, gonna punch someone out because they called her, like, a bad name.
Yeah. She's a great character.
Yeah, I liked her as a character, like, as far as Agito goes, but, like, across all of Kamen Rider.
All Toku, not
all
just
Toku.
Kamen Rider.
Well, my relationship with Toku outside Kamen Rider is pretty thin, so...
God, what is the girl from Garo's name? She's a cutie, too. She's actually really funny, too. Like, her character is really funny.
Funny.
I have no answers for you. I've never seen Garo.
Me neither.
Medic is my choice, though.
My choice is Date Akira.
You know what? I was gonna say I was coming up with like a woman, and then I was also gonna say for the man side, Date Akira.
Man,
For the man side, it's gotta be...
just want to touch his
fucking
chest.
For the man side,
For the
it's
man
Takeshi
side, for
Hongo.
me.
It's prime
Hongo
Takeshi.
Takeshi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yes, he is the handsomest man who's ever lived.
He has the greatest hair, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
That wonderful mane.
Yeah. Liam and I agree on something for once.
Finally.
That's good.
Jesus, it only took like, what, 3 years?
Something like that. I think 4 years,
4?
actually.
How long has it been?
Yeah. It's been since Drive.
That's quite a while. Oh my god.
Yeah. Let's all ponder our mortality for a second.
Yeah.
What are
Does
the
that
other
answer
2
the-
questions?
Does that answer the question, everybody?
I got
I think
Okay.
I just can't think of like a woman as well because I'm trying to think of both.
Kanzaki Yui.
Whoa!
Who said that? Whoa. Did anybody else hear that?
Must have been Satan.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so few women in Toku sometimes. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty more in Sentai. So
Mio from Tokuger.
Satan, get off my podcast!
There's only room for 4 in here. God damn it.
Go back to heck. Okay, we've got... While Tomas ponders on which girl he would most like to hug, let's talk about some Canadian questions.
Okay.
Question 1 for the Snow Boy. 1, why do you buy milk and...
First of all, really don't appreciate those.
Why do you buy milk in bags if you're just going to put them in pitchers? You could bypass the whole thing by just buying a jug.
The question of milk in bags isn't a question of why, it's a question of why not.
I mean,
No, I believe it's a question of why.
It's what I've known all my life, okay? It's the most efficient way to get milk. It's the best bang for your buck.
So you get them in
bag for your buck.
You put them in pitchers. Is it like a government like mandated pitcher? Like it's provided when you buy a house or something. Like this is your milk pitcher.
No,
It has
get
a
one
Canadian
at birth.
leaf stamped on it.
When you're born, they give you your pitcher.
Oh, okay.
You carry it through life.
It's encoded with your DNA. Yeah.
If anybody else picks up anyone else's pitcher, it explodes in shards.
It's like the Judge Dredd.
It's one of the
drum,
only
yep.
things that gets people that are Canadian to like get upset at each other. It's like, don't touch my fucking pitcher.
Question 2. What do ketchup chips taste like? And they have those in America, dude.
Yeah.
Ketchup chips taste like heaven, if you were wondering.
Yeah, I've had them. They're good.
What are they?
Really
pretty
good.
alright.
It's like Cars or something makes them.
What's
K
Cars?
Yeah.
K-A-R-S.
I don't
Yeah.
I
know, dude.
know they make like a
Does Lay's
Hers
not put on
has
ketchup
some,
chips
too.
down there?
yeah.
Lay's has ketchup chips now, and they also have all dressed,
Oh, I
which
love
are really
all dressed.
fucking good
All
too.
dressed ruffles are amazing.
Yeah, go to your store, Hickory Ham Adam.
Yeah.
If you ever want good things to like bread your chicken with, get the Old Bay flavored ones.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, there's something I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know what Old Bay is.
It's like a
It's
southern
like
seasoning.
It's a seafood seasoning, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds nice.
Our next email
Okay.
is from SWC Ronan, which is 100% his real name.
Okay, I'm sure.
He says, "Hello, Rider Club Radio. This is my first time sending in a question, though I've been considering doing it for a while.
First time, long time.
What finally got me to do it was hearing your surprise in the last episode that someone found RCR thanks to a post on TV Nihon, which is the same way I found it.
Oh my god.
By the way, it is in fact not a forum post, but a post in their blog that linked to Jeff's Tumblr, as seen here.
Oh,
And
what?
It has since been deleted.
Oh.
I'm not sure why, but it was a post by the main guy, his blog.
What?
that's funny. Okay, so it was
what's his name was Takenoko, right?
Yeah.
Or is it some? Yeah, it was his blog.
I bet it was a link to that picture that you did of Amazon Alpha buying eggs on Amazon.
No, it was I love that one. Thank you, Graham, for buying that. But no, it was a link to I think Dangerous Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
The wallpaper design I did.
Oh yes.
It's very telling that it was deleted. Like between when I got this email and now.
When they actually listened to an episode, they were like, "Oh, holy fuck, yeah, get that off."
These
Oh
guys
god,
hate
they
us.
really don't like us. Sorry.
When did I ever tell you, Jeff, that picture of Amazon Alpha buying an egg on Amazon? Someone from my Facebook linked to it. Someone who has no idea, like I don't know them.
Yeah, you
What?
told me about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That went everywhere.
Like a friend of
Like-
a friend of a friend of mine linked to it on his Facebook.
Like I saw that shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
Somebody had posted it without any attribution to me on
Of course they
Instagram,
did.
and they said they found it on the internet.
It
That's-
got around.
That's the internet for you.
Yeah.
Steal some art,
Uh,
bitches.
Don't do that to me, by the way, everyone, please.
Scrub out your signature and just sell it as your own. Put it on a mug.
Just
Hey,
get
crop-
all them watermarks and slap them all over your pictures.
Yeah, crop out the signature and replace it with an iFunny watermark, and there you
Oh,
go.
God. I've only been listening since new RCR started, so I don't know if you guys have talked about this in the past, but what is your source of ire towards TV Nihon? Is it just that you guys really don't like their translation style, or is there something more to it? For context, I've been exclusively using TV Nihon for years. I've watched Ryuki, Blade, and every series from Kabuto onward, though I stopped watching Ghost halfway through, as
Smart
well as
move.
a few miscellaneous Sentai series. Obviously, I prefer TV Nihon's more literal translation style. I can understand why others wouldn't prefer it, but that doesn't explain the level of distaste some people seem to show towards the group. Am I missing something? Or are people really just that passionately picky about translation?
I wouldn't say any of us here are passionately hateful of TV Nihon,
No, it's more of a joke
but
than anything.
I just prefer other subgroups. I remember watching Ryuki from them, and every time someone said Mo, they would just say Mo. Like they didn't translate it. The sub just said Mo.
Yeah,
which
I don't really like all
bothered
the honorifics either. Just being
I prefer just like a
slapped
nice,
on the names.
yeah, like a nice, easy to read, fully translated. Maybe a little liberal with the translation, but as long as it gets the ideas across and is easy to read.
Like
then
if
I
I
think that's
if I
better.
see Oni-chan as like a subtitle, I'm just like,
You check out a little.
you
yeah.
can literally just have him say Oni-chan. You don't need to put it in subtitles.
Why have the
There's
subtitle
also-
and all? Yeah.
Yeah, the subtitle exists to translate what they're saying. If you don't translate what they're saying, you don't need a subtitle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like what TV Nihon does is more of transliteration rather than translation, and sometimes they will just transliterate what it is that the characters are saying on screen and try to contextualize their dialogue rather than put it in terms that someone that's watching that is not from Japan would understand. And that's usually where it rubs me the wrong way. That and
sometimes
there's
it
way
gets
too
so
many
literal.
subtitle effects. Like I don't
Yeah.
like them.
It gets
There's also a lot of like errors that are just left in.
Oh yeah, sometimes
as
it's
time
just
goes
wrong.
on.
Yeah.
Like banana
Nushu. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Like TV Nihon is. I'm not gonna knock them because like a lot of stuff. Well, I am gonna knock them, but I'm not gonna say that they're shit or anything because they have the bulk of things translated.
They're so prolific. Yeah.
Yeah, they're exceptionally prolific, and if it wasn't for TV Nihon, like most people wouldn't even get into these series because they wouldn't be available. So I thank them for that. But I'm always happier when there's a different option. I don't really like the way they do things, and TV Nihon bashing is just sort of a joke between us that we've always done.
Yeah.
Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah.
If you like TV Nihon, that's your business, but
Yeah,
we don't
that's
like
fine.
TV. We prefer other shit, so
Yep.
nothing wrong with that.
Don't like robot speak.
Robot speak.
Yeah, you know, sometimes they translate them so literal that it's like a robot said it.
Yeah, it feels like a textbook is talking to you.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is, yeah. There's a lot of emotion.
And the
that's
translator's
lost.
notes go crazy too.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless it's an actual robot, then
That's fine. On a completely different note, what are your guys' favorite villainous writers? I earnestly enjoy listening to the show and look forward to the next episode. Sincerely, CWC Ronan. Thanks for writing in, dude. That was,
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I really appreciate
That was a really
new
good email.
listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who's your favorite villainous writer, folks?
I'm gonna talk for Liam here, and I'm gonna say Kamen Rider Knight.
Whoa!
Because he is a big-ass villain.
Yeah.
Stepping right up into the arena.
Yeah.
No, he is not a villain, you
Yes,
shit.
he is.
He is fighting for his girlfriend. And he's doing the right thing, god damn it. He's conflicted.
totally an
he's a
anti-hero.
conflicted hero.
Yeah, an anti-hero isn't a villain. I'll take up for Liam's fucking man crush. It's
You better.
He's such a piece of
I
shit.
can think
though.
Liam's is probably like Asakura, right?
No, it's Mitchie.
Mitchie.
Mitchie
by
That was
far, I
that was
love-
actually going to be mine.
I love
Yeah.
Mitchie's character arc.
I have this thing where I really, really love like good villains and stories because you really have to do a good job to make you hate someone so fervently. And I recently rewatched Gaim, and Mitchie is just this slimy, shitty, awful human being, and
Yeah.
all of his reasoning is just absolutely insane. And at no point did I feel like anything he was doing made any sense whatsoever. But he was so convinced. He had convinced himself to a point that he was doing all the right things and everyone else was like, against him. And even though I absolutely hate Mitchie, at the same time, it's like that was done so well. Like, I hate his fucking guts to hell and back. Sorry, to heck and back.
Watch your language,
But it's a
mister.
really, really fantastic character.
He's just one of those villains that you love to hate.
Oh, I don't
For
love to
sure.
hate him. I fucking hate him. He's so awful. But that's good.
Yeah, it takes a lot into a character before I'll like literally hate them. Like I wouldn't say I hate Mitchie. I hate Dio in part 1 of JoJo.
Oh, that fucking asshole, yeah.
Like I fucking hate him. I wouldn't say like if Mitchie maybe burned a dog alive, I would hate him.
Yeah.
But
For no reason.
I do love to dislike him. I love that his character, like you said, that you never understood where he was coming from at any point. Which is, he has sound reasoning in a lot of ways, but it's like taken to he turns that shit up to 11 when it
Yeah,
should have
it's
been on
really
a 2.
extreme.
He wants to get his dick wet.
It does make
Yeah.
sense on a certain level, but it's so irrationally passionate.
Yeah.
The best villain writer is Gord Drive.
I don't know. I thought the robot in the room at the end of the series was more compelling than Ford Drive.
What I like so much about Mitchie, I'm just going to go back to Mitchie real quick.
Sure.
My favorite trope in like action adventure stories that isn't used often enough, especially in Kamen Rider, is good guys that turn bad legitimately, like not through brainwashing or a trick or something.
Yeah.
They start good and they just turn into dicks over the course of the story, and that's Mitchie.
Mitchie was straight up like...
It was very
fucking-
gradual. It was very, very well performed, and he
Yeah.
starts as like a friendly sort of like background, like, "Oh, I'm your supportive friend, Mitchie," and by the end, he's like this greasy trickster lord. I fucking love that transformation.
Yeah, like he starts out as Robin, the
Yeah.
boy wonder,
Kinda,
to our hero's Batman,
Yeah.
to Gaim's Batman, and he becomes fucking like 100% villainous scumbag,
yeah.
and he still gets redeemed in the end, which is crazy to me.
I don't know
I don't understand why
why
they
they
let
thought
him.
they had to redeem him.
Come
I don't
play
know.
with us, Mitchie.
It's kind of like how they end Double, where
Let's not talk about that.
yeah,
The
Do we have to
much
bring
they
that up
take
every
they take
episode?
a good
Come on.
ending.
No, let's not talk about that. I refuse to accept that happened.
But the rest of that episode was so good.
I'll tell you how not to do a villain character is Kamen Rider Liangle in Blade.
Ugh.
He's like Mitchie in a lot of ways, where he starts out as a character you're supposed to feel sympathy for, who's like being driven to do all these terrible things,
but you don't.
No, you don't. He ends up being redeemed, but by that point you hate him so fucking much that you just want it to be over. You don't ever want to see him again. I like the Bee.
The Bee.
I love the Bee. Which the Bee?
The Bee is
like
the Bee is like
bees.
4 different people, but I like the Bee. Is it Kagurama?
Oh, there's Kaguruma and...
It's Kaguruma, I think.
Or no, it's Yaguruma and Kageyama, I think, are their names. Are the first two.
Whoever becomes Kickhopper, the first the Bee.
Yaguruma, I think.
Like, he's one of the first characters who shows up and is like, I'm a better version of you, Tendo. And he's like, actually, no, I'm the best version of everyone. And breaks his spirit so horribly.
That
he just his life is ruined forever afterwards.
He becomes the Edgelord.
I love the Hopper brothers and how ridiculous they are as well. So.
Yeah, they're great.
Villain writers aren't usually done that great.
I can't think of a
love
villain
Dan
writer.
Kuroto.
I mean, yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. I was kind of like not mentioning him because I was like,
It
Who
takes
doesn't
a deft
love Dan
hand.
Kuroto?
Who doesn't
Who didn't
love
watch
Dan?
X-Aid just to see Dan Kuroto?
It takes a deft hand to make a good villain writer, and most of the good ones come out of multi-writer series where there's so many to choose from that you're like, oh, this is the good one, and the others are kind of bland.
Oh yeah, here's the good one, Scissors.
I guess the best.
Scissors was a fucking great villain, alright?
Scissors was super cool, especially
He had a
when
good
he got
death.
yeeted.
His death scene was incredible.
So he was so crunchy.
It's funny that like you say that Dan Kuroto, it was like it goes without saying, but I didn't even think of him because I'm so used at this point to him being like a shitty good guy writer.
Yeah.
They ruined.
Yeah, they did.
I can't stand him as a good guy.
No.
Yeah.
He was just funny, man.
Yeah.
After that,
he became Onari
when he
became a good guy.
When he was bad, he was a good bad guy.
When he was a legitimate threat with a little twinge of comedy in there was where
a
he
twinge
was
of comedy
best.
and a lot of insanity.
Yeah, a lot of ham. That was
he's
his
straight
best
up
place.
giant psychopath is when he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
When he's ripping his shirt off and turning upside down, it's better
and yelling
than Nemo.
And he's causing all the boom mics to just peak because he's cackling so loud.
The only problem, I think, the writers realized that they were like, "Oh, they like him hammy," so they cranked that up so high in the second half of the show, and he just kind of lost what made him magical.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He is one of the best villain writers.
Oh, for sure.
For as long as it lasts, and he has
Shadow Moon deserves a shout out.
Is Shadow Moon a writer? I guess Toei made him an honorary writer.
Yeah,
Shadow Moon he's good in Black. Fuck Black RX.
He's not good in Black RX.
He's great. His end scene in Black in the last episode is fucking fantastic. When he
comes back like every villain comes back in Kamen Rider, where it's I'm one-dimensional villain now. I'm going to do evil thing.
At the the whole time, all of Black is about oh my god, I have to turn Nobuhiko good again. And the last episode of Black is he kills Nobuhiko, and Shadow Moon's like as he dies with his last breath, he's like, "Fuck you! You killed your brother. That'll weigh on you the rest of your life, asshole." And then he dies. And Black's like, "Oh shit, he's right."
I like when
it looks
Shadow
like
Moon
he's
goes
right,
to
everyone. When he destroys the prom, you mean?
That was the most tragic episode of Black. Good thing Dex was there.
I like when Shadow Moon was a hologram the size of a mountain, and he told a bunch of villains to attack Jay and Zeto. And then he became a giant and fought Jay for no reason. That was the best Shadow Moon.
That was the weirdest episode of Black. Really, really out of place.
It was moon magic.
Can anybody guess who our next email is from?
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake?
Yes!
Jake L. Snake-O.
Jake the Snake, who says, "Hey guys, on a
Hi.
previous episode, on On a previous episode, I asked which full bottle you'd like to get a solo form from if it ever happened, and one of the answers you guys said, I believe it was Jeff specifically, was Tank. So when Sento turned into Tank by summoning a small squadron of tanks to open fire on Rogue before changing form, I got really hyped. Kudos to you guys for predicting the future upgrade form. I mean,
As
if
usual.
we ramble long enough, we'll mention something that you can twist into being the new upgrade.
It's like the monkeys with the typewriter kind of thing.
Yes.
And Jeff
That's
is the
us.
monkey.
We just made Shakespeare.
Yo, I'm just the head monkey. I'm just the monkey who
gets it
accidentally
right.
typed. I'm just the monkey who accidentally typed the correct word.
Tank.
That's it. Type tank twice in a row.
There's some moments that he wanted to comment on that I thought would be good to mention as well to sort of back up some of our thoughts so that we're not the only ones thinking them. He says the Kaiser reference moment was super jarring to him.
It plucks you right out of the episode.
Yes, it does.
When it shows the clip and it has like those goofy guys with the weird hair and top hats or whatever, it's like, what? The fuck are these guys?
It's like those episodes of Gaim that talk about the Apple dude from the movie, and you're like, who the fuck is this? Why are they playing soccer?
Yeah. Sawa getting turned into the Smash was a long-term plan by Chairman Nanba so that they could retain their trust of her. I like that explanation since it seemed a bit too quick for her to fumble and change sides back when she was just doing her job pretty well. I wanted to point that out because she's still doing her job pretty well. Why would she have turned coat now, even?
Because it was time, okay? They saved the Nabashima's family.
Whatever.
She just wanted to escape the evil grasp of Chairman Nambla.
Nambla Heavy. Just
Oh, that's why he takes the...
Oh, no.
fuck's sake. If I upload this, we're all on a list now.
Alright, so he is Chairman Nambla of Nanba Heavy Industries forever now.
I've been juggling so many potential episode names in my head since this episode started, and now I've got another one. Oh boy.
You definitely cannot call this episode Nambla.
Then we'll really be on a list.
I'll call it Jeff Joins Nambla. How about that?
No!
No!
Jesus Christ, I'm not even the one who made the joke!
Yeah, that thing where whenever someone makes a joke, they forget it was you has been turned around. Someone made the joke. And
the
they thought
one
it was
time
you.
it had to be actually attributed to me. Questions. One, I'm kind of repeating the question from before, but I wanted to ask it again since we now know how those forms work specifically. But which two full bottles would you like to see as upgrade forms, i.e. Pirate for Black Hazard? And what would you want each form's helper or buddy mechs to be? Max?
Oh, I was thinking, there's so many full bottles I would love to see as, like, single forms, like Gorilla, and Train.
Train would be a little train. It'd be a bunch of trains, and each car would go on one of your limbs.
Gorilla would, like, a barrel of monkeys would just fall out.
Oh my god,
Isn't
that's
Gorilla
amazing!
Gorilla like a song from like Dexter's Lab or something?
I don't know.
I think you're thinking of that song by Santana. Gorilla.
No,
Sure.
it's definitely a... Anyway.
I think you're thinking of the police song Zenyatta Mondata. It's okay.
Yeah, sure. What about you, Liam?
Fuck. I was going to say train, but we've already covered that. Pirate was already covered. My favorite form is pirate train, so those are the obvious ones, but shit, man. If I had to pick another one...
There is a dog full bottle.
Is there a dog full bottle? Oh, I want to see Rocket.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think Rocket would be a cool looking one. I always thought Rocket Panda was kind of a fun form, kind of a weird one. Like a weird choice. So Rocket, I think would be a funny looking one over top of Hazard. Or you could do Pirate. It'd be like a little pirate ship or something that goes on you. There's a lot of, like Max said, there's just so many fun ideas and combinations you can do.
I want Rose.
Rose.
And, like, he becomes Plant Man from Mega Man 6. Ooh.
If he did Robot, would he turn into Grease?
Maybe.
Isn't Dragon just crosses his...
Like, if he did Plant, and then, like, vines would come up out of the ground and, like, sprout into the pieces he needs.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
That'd be pretty sick.
The pipes, it would just be vines instead.
Yeah, I'd like to see Wolf, just to see how cool the design would look.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, there would be a robot wolf.
It'd be, going on, yeah.
It would be
From
going
Smurf.
on you. Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to think what would be interesting, and maybe I had to like look up the list of all the full bottles because I don't know all
So
60
many.
of them. Yeah.
There's a ton of them.
Maybe Reizoko refrigerator. You got refrigerator. I don't know. There was that writer that I made for that campaign that was all a bunch of cooking appliances. So
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
so Reizoko.
Refrigerator would just be Cold Man from Mega Man and Base.
They're just all Mega Man robot
Yeah, how many
masters.
I mean,
robot
yeah.
masters
I mean,
would
if you go the double form, then that's Rabbit Man, Tank Man.
Tank was just like
Tank is fucking
Napalm Man.
Napalm Man, yeah.
it had tank treads and everything.
Well, in that case, I'd do Light for Bright Man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bright Man here to light up your life.
If he combines light and light, you can literally just never look at him. Go blind.
Constantly bright as fuck.
Just, oh my god. Like, it doesn't have a design, it's just a big bright spot in the center of the screen.
It's a J.J. Abrams movie.
Oh,
Just
fuck you,
lens
J.J.
light.
Abrams.
And you already said Rose would just be Plant Man.
Yeah. Let's move on to questions, so.
All right.
How many episodes do you think Chairman Nanba will last before Stark completes his to-do list of backstabbing leaders and offs him? I'd probably say maybe 5.
I think Nanba's got a little more staying power than the president's. I think 10. I'm gonna say 10.
Yeah, we're creeping up on 30.
I'm gonna say 7.
I'd say 10. Yeah, that seems like a safe.
Fucking Tomas Price is writing you over here.
Well, no, you
I
said
I think
5.
that's
They said 10.
Stock
I'm gonna say
needs
10 plus 1.
He needs the
I'll take-
resources.
I'll take 4.5 episodes.
He dies in a hyper battle video.
And they reference it jarringly in one of the regular episodes.
Killed by
They couldn't get the
Kaiser.
actor back, so they just say Nanba and then cut.
I feel like we've already answered this before. Like, what are your favorite ways that writers prep their kick? The things they do or they happen to before going into it. Like, Fai's leaning down on one knee before he does the jumping kick.
He pumps up his sneaker.
He pumps up his Reeboks.
I think we have, and I'm pretty sure my answer was how Kaiser kicks you in the stomach and makes you wait while he activates his thing. He holds his foot into your stomach.
Here,
before he
hold
blasts
the-
you in a
here-
fucking...
Hold my foot for a second while I
Yeah.
turn on my binoculars.
Just gonna plant my shoe in your chest and then do all this crap. I like that.
If we
I don't know. I don't think we answered this one. I think we answered what rider tick we liked.
Oh,
best.
yeah. With the gloves.
probably
was
yeah.
it. My answer is when Kamen Rider Joker does his maximum drive, and it says he hits it and it says Rider kick, and he says Rider kick to himself because he's just playing a little bit.
Does Joker do that too? Because Kabuto also does that.
No,
1,
he
2,
says
3, rider kick.
But Kabuto, I swear to God, Kabuto says it too.
he says it out loud, someone could hear it.
Yeah.
Shotaro says it almost under his breath to himself.
I think if we did answer this before, either Jeff or myself, if I was here. If I wasn't here, then it was Jeff. It would be the way that Kuga establishes, like, how he has to learn how to kick harder in episode 12, and so he's, like, practicing his kick on a tree, and he, draws in the dirt, like, oh, well, if I do a flip here, and then, like, kick out of the flip, and then I get some more power into it, and he's, like, aiming for a branch so he can hit up higher, and then he uses it at the end of the episode, and then that's his kick. That's, like, the best setup for a kick.
I love that he had to like study and learn in order to get stronger, which is not how Rider usually works.
No, they're just like, I don't know, what do I want to do? And then they do it and it works, and they're like, okay, I'll just do that forever now.
Like, what if I front flipped? Would that give me enough momentum?
Because front flipping makes you jump faster.
Absolutely. It spins your foot faster. Totes.
Then paint some flames on my foot so it can kick harder. Yeah.
I love how the joke episode 50 at the end of the run, that's like 6 or 7 minutes long. Like, they have the camera spinning around and they're like reacting to it, and they make noises when his what's that, like, his foot plate or whatever goes on when he goes to do like a harder kick, and they make like a little sound effect for it. It just makes me think of that, like the way we're poking fun and all that.
I'd say, I guess I have a boner for Agito, but Agito's pre-kick thing is pretty cool.
With the symbol on the
really
With
is.
the symbol.
Yeah.
It does, like, yeah.
Believe yourself plays.
Believe yourself.
Can't be believe yourself.
I love that song so much.
That was my best singing.
Yeah,
He has the voice of an angel.
Sing the whole thing, Max, and we'll put that as the outro video. The outro video.
Nope.
Thank you, and looking forward to the next episode as always, Jake the Snake. Thank you for writing in every episode, Jake. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jake.
The most
Thanks,
consistent writer the show has ever seen, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Say hi to Bam Bam Bigelow for me.
I get that joke. Our last email, since we only got 4, is from Flesh Colored Ranger, which still grosses me out.
A little bit.
Hey RCR, you were right. Blade did get a little better in episode 13. Here's hoping it continues the trend. I told you. Blade gets pretty good. It has its lulls.
You know, I've been fucking around long enough. I think after this episode is done recording, I'm going to start downloading Blade finally, because I keep saying I'm going to watch it.
Horse shit.
It's
You still
time
haven't
to-
even watched Double?
I'm going to take action and watch Blade, I swear.
Horse shit.
I will do it.
The night is young. You can't just say, "Well, I'm going to bed."
I can't.
I've picked up a few Power Rangers figures since Toys R Us has been going out of business, but even at that steep discount, they seem overpriced to me. Who is paying $20 for classic Power Rangers figures?
Millennials.
This got me thinking about Japanese figures. Surely I could snatch up a Kamen Rider Grease figure for a decent price, since the toys must be in mass production right now. Click, click, click. $40! Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, they'll kill you over in
They
Japan.
don't make cheap plastic toys over there. They make like high quality figures. Also shipping.
Yeah, I was
shipping
looking
will be
up
in.
some figure recently. Excuse me. There was I really wanted like Optimus Primal figure from Beast
Yeah.
Wars.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess they have like some pretty good high quality ones. And there was one that was like $180
Ugh.
Oh my
for a freaking
God.
Transformer, but it looked really good.
Yeah, dude, think about it this way. To get a cube animal, right, from Juoger, they're like $15 to get a cube animal, like cube eagle, cube whatever. Especially the ones that are like secondary ones, like mole and shit. $15, 20 maximum. Or they were. I wanted Cube Crocodile because I've been attached to the idea of a crocodile Juoger since back when Liam and I picked that we would be Crocodile and Wolf and just take the powers from Mondo. and it was $70.
Ooh.
So snatch up the shit now for $40.
It's a bit
is
much.
what I'm
I
saying.
swear. Like Q Ranger toys now are dirt ass cheap on Amazon right now. You can
Get some Q Ranger stuff.
Like I remember when Zoojer, thank you. When that was like on its way out and Q Ranger or whatever was just starting, their toys went down like super cheap. Like you could get Juo King for like $25.
Yeah, a lot of the times they make too many, they overproduce, and then the show ends.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to get rid of them. They got to get them off the fucking shelf.
Yeah.
So
wait until the show ends, but don't wait a while after the show
does
ends.
not go for Xaid though. Their shit is still like
Outlandish.
super priced. Yeah.
Yep. He continues, granted, I'm sure that covers import costs, but that's outrageous. I've heard that Japanese DVDs and Blu-rays are way more expensive, but I didn't realize toys were so bad. Again, $40 is not that bad for their toys.
yeah, I've never gotten over the price of Kamen Rider Blu-rays, where they're like, here's a third of the show, not the whole show, a third of the show. Oh, cool, how much is it? Oh, like $200.
It's a
The
jillion
reason-
yen.
I heard the reason at some point. It's been years since I've heard this, but there's a business reason that they sell like DVDs and Blu-rays and those sorts of things for exorbitantly high prices in Japan, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is.
Is it because it's a specialty thing that like most people wouldn't buy?
That might be it. But
I
even
have
like
a hard time
regular,
believing-
even like regular movies, not just like box sets. I wish I could remember where I read it because I swear it was. I read this like 5 years ago.
Tamaz almost had an answer 5 years ago.
Yeah,
we learned.
I mean, there's a
I-
reason. I just can't remember.
I can't even justify buying a Blu-ray of like a movie now. They're like $20. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see
Yeah.
a movie that bad.
That's a lot. It's a high price of admission.
The question is, do Japanese parents really shell out for these things, or are they solely the property of older fanboys? And the answer to that is no, they don't buy SH figure arts for tiny children.
Yeah, no.
They buy, like, regular toys
By
from the series for them.
Gashicon toys.
Yeah, kids get
Yeah.
Gashapon. cheap
Gashapon.
ones, yeah.
Which are, like, $7, $8, $10 or something.
If
Yeah.
if it's a figure arts for $40, that's like a good price.
Yeah, that is a really good price.
But if it's just like the regular action figures with like the I don't know, they have like a different code for them every year. Like I know the Drive ones were like TK01 for Drive.
The ones where you can like pop off the head and they only
Yeah.
swivel in like
Yeah.
one direction.
They're like standard ass action figures.
Mm.
Like
if
figure
that's
arts
for $40, I don't know if that's a
Nah.
that's a thing.
Like figure arts are super high quality action figures, and they're meant for like adult collectors.
Yeah.
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 Where is the best place to
NRFB.
import stuff? Where's the best place to import stuff? I just searched Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon.
CS Toys, Hobby Link Japan, Mandarake is the
Mandarake.
best I
Mandarake.
find.
Mandarake is the place.
Yeah.
If you're in like a big city, I bet you could find like a comic shop that has some stuff.
What is-
Like I
That's
remember
true.
seeing a Rider Man figure at Midtown Comics
Really?
in New York. Yep.
I haven't
You can
seen...
get-
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can get Rider merchandise at a lot of conventions as well.
I
But
haven't-
it's usually like anime conventions where that'll
Yeah.
happen. Video game conventions are pretty sparse.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much in my area, but when I was down in California, I was down in like Little Tokyo, I think is just like the area it is, and they had some shopping center stuff, and they had a couple stores next to each other, and one was just like a bunch of Gunplas, and in there with the Gunplas, there were some assorted Kamen Rider things, and then there was an entire glass case full of Kamen Rider merchandise
Yeah,
going back
shit.
years.
Dude,
And
I
there
gotta
was
tell
so much
ya-
cool shit. Like they had Lockseed still, They had figures of just about every single Kamen Rider. They had all sorts of belts. They had CSM belts behind the counter that were going for like $600.
Jesus Christ.
They had the newest weapons for build. Like they already had the build driver up, and this was back in November. So I think they already also had the jelly. What's the name of the jelly?
Splash Jelly?
Splash driver.
Jelly.
Dude, I can tell you an exact store where you can find Kamen Rider merchandise. It is the hobby shop in the Japan Pavilion at Disney World.
Yeah. I've been there at Epcot.
There is a shit ton of Kamen Rider merchandise in there.
The last time I went there, I was 16, and I didn't really know what Kamen Rider was at that time. And I remember being there and wondering if I should buy a Naruto headband.
Oh no!
I did not buy one. I did not.
I found a store in downtown Toronto called Meeple Mart, and it's underground, literally under. It's in a basement, and they have a section that's just for like figures and stuff. And there's obviously like a whole wall of Funko Pops and stuff.
Of course.
And there's a few shelves of like anime figures, like One Piece and stuff, and nestled in, literally squeezed in between two boxes, sideways so you can't see the front of it, is Kamen Rider Zeto. And I check every time, and it's always still there. No one wants to buy it.
Why don't you?
Oh, Zeto's cool.
Because I don't like Zeto's design enough to buy a figure of him.
But you like Jay!
I like Jay, but I don't even know if I like Jay enough to buy a figure of him.
I was about to say they have the same exact design.
They have a nearly identical design, yeah.
Anyway. Those websites are really good, especially Mandarake. Thanks for sharing anything you know on the topic, he says to us. So you're welcome. Hopefully we steered you to a place that'll help out.
Yeah, definitely check Mandarake.
Like some places have sales as well. Like I got a Kamen Rider Agito figure art for like $17.
Shit.
Which is the best buy I've ever gotten.
I know eBay is kind of poopy, but sometimes you can find some stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
eBay is it's like searching for diamonds in the rough. It's mostly rough, but sometimes you'll find like a treasure.
Yeah.
eBay is also the place where people just throw caution to the wind and charge whatever the fuck they want, regardless of what everyone else is charging.
Yeah.
And so you get prices that are just outrageously different. Like, I've been searching for ages now, on and off. Tamaz gave me a vinyl Toe Jam figure.
Oh yeah.
Which is the pride of my collection. It's sitting right next to my microphone right now. And
nice.
I want an Earl figure to go along with him. And the prices on that are all expensive, but like some of them are like $80, and then some of them are like $800.
What?
Someone will buy this.
Yeah, people on eBay are nuts.
No one on Earth loves Toe Jam and Earl enough to spend $800 for an action figure of it. Not even the guy who made Toe Jam and Earl. And I fucking love that series.
My favorite eBay things are like, oh, it's $5, and then you click on it, and it's like shipping costs $80, and you're like,
Yeah, sons of bitches. I think they're so clever.
Look, I'm shipping from the center of the Earth, okay?
I gotta send my drill up.
One time I was looking for a Magic card on eBay, a Magic the Gathering card, because it's gone up recently to, I swear to God, with one card it's about $100, and I'm not fucking paying that.
Well,
It's
there's
just-
much more expensive cards, but anyway.
Yeah, but I'm certainly not going to pay $100 for one card. So I got desperate and I looked on eBay, and someone was selling it for $7,000 for some fucking reason.
Oh my
God
Same card, not even foil or anything. They're just like, hey, it's this fucking card. I think it's expensive. Just $7,000, please.
What
I would
was
just
it?
make the card myself.
Cavern of Souls.
Cavern of Soul. That card is not. What are you fucking kidding me?
Just recently, it jumped up to $100.
Why is Cavern of Souls $100? Oh my god.
There's a 5-color humans deck that's really popular right now that needs it.
Oh,
Yeah.
This all makes sense to me.
Yeah,
sorry, we
my,
play
my
Magic.
Brian
or at
just
least
melted.
Also,
I sometimes play Magic,
With
but I don't even
Jace
know cards
unbanned, everyone needs a way to get past counters, so Cavern
Yeah,
of Souls
like,
is big again.
Speaking of eBay and those type of prices, comic books are the exact opposite, where if you don't have your shit like graded by the CGC, the comic book grading company, and like vacuum sealed, your comics are worth jack shit.
Yeah.
Like, I have a completely mint edition collection of the Infinity Gauntlet, the comic that they're basing the movie on.
Yeah.
From the 80s. It is perfectly fucking mint. The pages are still pure white, even. And if they're graded, you can get $800 for the 6 issues. If they're ungraded, you can get maybe like 90.
Jesus. You should get that thing graded. Get it vacuum sealed.
Well, the thing is, to get it graded in person is $77 a comic.
Oh my god.
To get it graded by mail depends on how much it's worth. And you have to ship it through the fucking mail and hope for the best.
You have to put it in a wood crate.
Yeah, so it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, forget that shit.
I might seal them up and like wait 20 years and see if they're worth anything. Probably not.
You never know.
They're hot right now because of the movie coming out.
Yeah.
People are trying to get their hands on the comic.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
true.
that happening with the Preacher comics when the series started up. Everyone wanted to
Oh,
read
yeah.
the comics.
Those became like a hot commodity for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I found the store on Google Maps that I went to that was in Little Tokyo. It's called Entertainment Hobby Shop Jungle, or Anime Jungle. So I guess, it's not a hidden place. It's got tons of reviews. It's like 4.5 stars. So
Yeah, not bad.
no, it's a good place that I just happened to stumble into while I was there. But stores like that do exist. It's just they're not that popular.
They're hard to find,
There's a place that I go to in Midtown. It's called Image Anime, and they have a big glass case where they sell Kamen Rider and Super
That's
Sentai
cool.
stuff. Yeah, that's where I got the Hazard trigger.
Man, I feel really bad that none of us watched Lupin Ranger, especially since we set it up last episode that we were going to.
I haven't even tried it. I kind of want to see it still. I like the premise, but goddamn if I'm not stuck in completely different shows on Netflix right now. So
Yeah,
fuck me, I guess.
I've got to a point. I know no one on Earth cares, but I got to a point in Longmire where it just became like a standard Netflix show where everything is like horrifically depressing and like
Who's gonna
no
die?
one is happy.
Show. Yeah.
Who's gonna die?
It's like everyone's depressed and it's just like fucking like sad as fuck. And my wife was just like, "Nah, I'm not watching that anymore." So like I'm just starting to watch it by myself, so I don't like have time to watch anything else on top of it. It's a weird world I live in where I'm devoting my time to Longmire.
A weird, you're ruled by Longmire.
It's a great show.
I'm sure it is.
I also watched a lot of Star Trek.
I know you watch Star Trek.
I've been
Please don't
watching-
listen to M Class Podcast.
No, everyone listen to M Class Podcast.
Don't do it.
I've been watching some DS9 once in a while.
DS9 is dope. I feel like if Liam ever liked a Star Trek series, it'd probably be DS9.
Is that the one about the space station?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a war in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a lot of like subterfuge and like people having to like abandon their moral core in order for the better of the Federation and shit.
That sounds kind of nice.
People
People being upset and sad sounds nice.
And
I like that in shows.
then there's O'Brien yelling at clouds.
I love O'Brien is one of my favorite characters. I love that guy. I named my cat Miles after him, so it's a good show. This has nothing to do with Kamen Rider or Toku.
Like
at
that
all.
ever matters.
I
We
just
always
loved-
get on something.
I loved Liam's.
That's
I don't
my
fucking care.
Star Trek.
Look, we listened to Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever the fuck you were talking about a minute ago
Yeah.
in your cards.
I
Wow,
wish I
that
knew
was
enough
mean.
people. I wish I knew enough people who played Yu-Gi-Oh! To get into Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't, unfortunately. Everybody I know plays
Liam-
Magic, so I gotta settle.
Liam actually loves Yu-Gi-Oh!
I fucking love
so-
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Do you have a dual disc system?
No, I thought about. I've been grappling with buying a dual disc for a long time. They're on eBay for not that.
What
not
is that?
Do they still make them?
They don't. You gotta buy it secondhand. But a
It's
dual
like-
disc.
Yeah, because I remember seeing them when I was a kid. A friend of mine had a dual disc. And
Yeah.
I thought it was the sickest shit because I was still like 13.
Ooh.
Dual discs are the sickest shit, regardless of your age, okay? They're so awesome.
Yeah, and so are Beyblades, right?
Everyone.
Yeah. No,
Everyone.
yeah. Don't even joke.
Someone please tell me what a dual disc system is.
It's the thing you wear on your arm that has a little board that sticks out.
Oh, it's the
that you put
fucking
your
like
cards
fan thing they wear on their arm. They put cards in.
Yeah, that's
it's
a dual
like the
disc.
arm blade thing.
on. Yeah.
Liam, that would come like halfway up your forearm now.
No.
Because you're an adult man.
It would be the dopest thing ever, though.
It'd be a bracelet.
Yeah.
It'd be a ring.
You know, you live your dreams.
I will. I'll make my own.
Buy
play your
whatever makes you
Beyblades.
happy.
I'll 3D print my own dual disc.
Everyone
Ian
plays
Baffler
online
loves,
anyway.
What?
Ian Baffler loves Beyblades.
Yeah?
Shout out to Billy Kumo. He
Shout out
loves
to
Beyblades.
Beyblades are the shit.
He loves Beyblades and Ratfink. His
Doesn't
two
love
favorite
Rat
things.
Fink.
You know what? We are about at the 2-hour mark, so why don't we call it a night?
And we're not talking about Kamen Rider anymore, so...
We have to stop talking about
It's
Kamen
a good
Rider.
time to
Kamen Rider
wind
half an
down.
hour ago.
Rat Fink is a common rider.
That's
I'd
Mitchie.
like-
That's Mitchie's middle name.
Of course.
I would like to thank my 3 co-hosts for joining me on this program.
Of course.
You're welcome.
I'm
I'd like
here
to
because
thank-
you pay me.
Oh, you're in for a rude awakening, sir.
We're gonna pay
I'd
you
like
in
to thank
dollars.
everyone who tuned in.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for constantly tuning in.
Thanks for listening to us prattle on about stuff that's sometimes Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Thank you to everybody who wrote in, and if you would like to write in and have your words read out loud by me on the show, and maybe we'll answer them, you can send that to riderclubradio@gmail.com.
We won't
Or-
judge you horribly.
Maybe we will. Or
Not too much.
you can follow us on Twitter at Rider Club Radio, and there you can tweet at us stuff, and we'll retweet stuff and make funny tweets about stuff.
Yeah, and Jeff,
Sometimes.
why don't you plug your t-shirts?
Oh yeah, well there are a lot of Rider Club Radio t-shirts on TeePublic if you just search for Jeff Pennington.
Yeah, we have a
It
lot
actually
of shirts
works-
now. We've accumulated so many.
Yes, I think there's a pinned tweet at the top of the Rider Club Radio Twitter as well that has
okay.
a link to the t-shirt
Oh yeah, all
shop on it.
the essential
A
links.
t-shirt
yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you
There's-
like any of the pictures, the fancy pictures that Jeff makes on the like for the still images on the YouTube videos,
Where did you go with that accent?
I don't know. I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah, that's what's on the shirts. They're cool.
Yeah.
Buy
Yeah,
them.
There's
the
a
splash
ton of them
images,
at this
yeah.
point.
Give Jeff money.
I need it to live.
I'd give him money if I had some.
Yes. Don't send me messages saying you would buy shirts if you had money. That's a funny joke once. I don't ever want to hear it again. Thanks everybody for doing all the things, for being fans, and we'll see you all next month for more Kamen Rider goodness. Bye.
Yeah, it'll be
Thanks
great.
See ya.
for listening.
Love you.
その先のpossibility